All right, friends. Hello, good evening. I have Crit here with me today. There was so much news to cover that I got the reinforcements in. so,
Uh-oh.
so that we can tackle this. But I hope everybody's having a really good week. Hey, Faye and Tansy and Binks, all of the usual awesome people are here. And Faye, Crit and I were joking right before we came on live that we're gonna make you puke again because we do show some Trudeau. To his defense, Crit might also puke live on air because he can't stand Trudeau. But we are gonna go through that. So, anyways, I'm like, Crit, you know how I'm so awkward with all these things. I don't want to put you on the spot, but do you want to say a welcome message or something to everyone?
No, I'm just glad. Look, I'm blessed to be on your channel. I appreciate you having me on. That's one great thing. It's always great to collab with people like yourself. You've been doing this for such a long time, so it's I appreciate the opportunity. And to all the great people out there, look, it's important to see you people joining us and sharing the information with us. So it's awesome, And I see a lot of people too that I haven't seen on YouTube for a while. I don't stream too much on YouTube anymore. So it's great to see all you guys out there. I see, quite a few people. So anyway, good to see you all again. And again, thank you so much, Jules, for having me on here. I appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. And you know what, to be honest, I probably won't be on YouTube for very long. Probably not after a few more times of me saying the bad words. I'm probably gonna get kicked off. So anyways, okay, so let's kick it off with a little bit of Justin Trudeau because, and this is mostly for entertainment because obviously he does nothing worthwhile, right? Like we already know that, but just for a bit of entertainment. So the first video I'm going to show is on Facebook. So I follow that guy on Facebook, and it's surrounding the whole signing the agreement to make the $10 daycare a reality across Canada.
Yeah.
So it's gross, right? Because that's a communist path. We know that the USSR, that's what they did. They did free daycare so the mommies could go to work for the state. So yeah, it's exactly down the path of communism. Okay, so let's check this out. Faye, get ready. Oh, hey, hold on, guys. I really suck at this bad. I have to share my audio. Just give me 1 sec here. Crit, you're so gonna regret coming on. Oh goodness. Okay, here we go, guys. So here, this is Justin Trudeau. I don't know where the hell he was, but here we go. I'm gonna play this.
60% of Canadian families are now covered with a reduction in fees of 50% next year and $10 a day childcare within 5 years. This is a big step forward, and we're really excited about what it means for families. There's still more work to do, but I'm so proud to be here with Karina Gold, who's making it happen.
This is so
So guys, the reason I find this super entertaining is because their body language is just the most insane production I've ever seen. Like, I go to meetings with people all the time, and I don't ever see people bouncing around like this idiot over here. So that's why I wanted to show it to you, just to start the stream off with a little bit of a laugh. But look at how she is. It's just insane to me how people are like this when they know they're on camera.
Exciting because for families, it means thousands of dollars in savings. Childcare is one of the biggest costs for young families. It's going to enable more kids to get high quality childcare, and it's going to allow parents to get back to work, especially women. This is very exciting for the 60% of kids that are covered across the country.
It's not just good for families, it's also good for the economy. Right, Christia?
That is so true, Prime Minister. And look, I know you're a feminist. I'm a feminist too. This is a policy, Canadian feminist.
All right, okay, that's about as much as I can stomach. Hold on, I'm gonna let's get these idiots out of our face for a sec.
She's so animated, right?
Oh my God, like why? Like I don't understand that. Like I go on Zoom for my meetings almost every day, and I don't bounce around like a crazy person and react to like her reactions are delayed. Like, have you noticed?
Yeah.
Like What's wrong with her?
Well, that's why I've called her Minnie Mouse for the longest time, and I believe she is really an animated character. I honestly don't believe that these people are. I don't know. They can't be normal. They can't be just like you or I. I don't know that they don't understand how to be professional, and this is what's so wrong, and why I hate so much this political system, because. Let's just put it this way. If your CEO was looking for someone high up, what would they look for in a resume?
Psychopathy?
At least the credentials, right? To do what they're doing. All right. Yeah. So let's look at Christia's credentials. Where is her economic credentials in any of this? But yet she's got the biggest portfolio in Canada. Like over banks, over everything, right?
Yeah.
So it's hilarious to watch voters go out there and think they're so informed and understand how much this work and how well this works. You just vote blue and you get Trudeau out and then we're good. That's the extent of people's knowledge in any of this. And then this is the kind of people you get. Minnie Mouse, right?
Yeah, Minnie Mouse Freeland.
Right?
Oh my God. And she does it every time. Like I love watching her because I think she's so here's a personal story. So I grew up with, my mother was a psychopath, like a true psychopath. I'm not just saying that like as in, I actually think she was a true psychopath. And I remember catching her a few times trying to mimic like emotions in the mirror. Like she would test it out. And I've never, like, I don't know anybody who does that, and then at dinner table, for example, if we had a family dinner and we had like uncles and whoever else was there, her reactions were kind of like this. They were delayed. They were like inappropriately placed in a normal conversation. And I think this is what we're dealing with here. It just reminds me exactly of that situation where you have the weird, like, and it doesn't feel natural. Anyway, so I'm just highly entertained by watching this.
It's entertaining, but it's frustrating all at the same time. That's why
I know.
I just feel like I can't focus energy on that because it's just a waste of time. You know what I mean? But I understand why you do it, and I get it. It's important to show people. But it's just,
And I like, how else would I know, but I have literally no other way to kind of troll Faye, right? Like this is my way of trolling her. Shout out to you, Faye.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh gosh. Okay, I'm just gonna say a quick hello to a few more people who have joined us in there that I have totally ignored till now. Jouad, of course. Hello, Jouad. Nicole Saint Jean d'Arc. I haven't seen you in a while, Saint Jean. I hope you're well. Who else did I see? I saw Binks. Binks is my my sidekick. Every time I lose my words, he's in there to correct me. So that's amazing. Okay, Gun Cotton, no one important. Andrew, hello everyone, welcome. If you missed the intro, I'm here with Crit, who is going to be covering all of this craziness that has happened this week. I brought the reinforcements, guys. So, okay, so Faye.
Oh, it's nuts.
I have one more video that I'm going to troll you with, so bear with me, and I promise you there's no more Trudeau after this one, okay? But this one, I'm showing people because of you, Crit, because this is, so this is the one. Okay, let me share it, and then we'll talk about it, okay? Hold on, guys, hold on. Okay. So over here, this is in, where did you say this was? Edmonton? Yeah, right there, live from Edmonton.
Yeah, I think it's the one with Kenny that I was interested in, but same idea.
Okay. Yeah. So we have, because we have the same body language in this one, right?
Yeah. That's right.
Perfect. Okay, so let's go. Let's go with this one.
Yep.
Bienvenue à Edmonton pour une annonce qui est critique dans la vie des Edmontoniens et des Albertains. Une annonce d'un programme qui transformera les vies des familles et surtout des femmes et qui donnera un nouveau souffle à l'économie albertaine. It is my great honor.
Okay, so Crit, can you explain what you were telling me about Trudeau there? Because I loved it. I love what you said about that.
Well, I was looking at the same thing he did with Kenny. And if you look at the way he's kind of, his overview and the way he's looking and staring at him while he's talking, it's kind of like that. There's that parental chain, and he's listening attentively to make sure that he's telling exactly what he wants people to hear and what he's been schooled to tell, right? If you look at the way he's standing there, it's kind of like that whole, he might as well have his arms crossed. Like, remember, we went over this, and if you step out of line, you know what the repercussions will be, right?
Yeah. So basically, he's like the embodiment of Big Brother. If Big Brother were to become a human form, it would be this guy right here. So we'll just watch a couple more seconds so Faye can finish her puking, and then we'll stop the Trudeau.
To be able to serve as host this morning for a truly good day for Alberta families, delivering on a core promise that we made to Canadians, one that builds on years of hard work and advocacies from families.
All right, enough of that. Okay, it's true what you say. I fully agree that the stance that Trudeau had in that video was 100% like overseeing the population, like completely what's the word? See, Banks is going to help me out here. The word where you're belittling and you're infantilizing people that you're talking to.
Yes, it's exactly like demoralizing them. It's making sure that they're, you are under me and understand that.
Yeah, exactly. It's so true. Someone in the chat said, hey, what's racist today? So I'm going to tell you I don't know if I can find it. I saw this on Telegram today. Okay, the guy in Ontario, a student, was fired for doing the, what sign did he do? Does anybody in the chat know it was one of the whatever, but he was fired because it was white supremacist.
Oh my
Hold
God.
on. Yeah. Ontario teen fired. It was something fired because of symbol white. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Sometimes I'm like, maybe I dream these things up because they're so extreme. I saw it just earlier. Oh, there we go. I found it. So this is in Hamilton. Okay, so, he did this. See, now I did it. Somebody's going to freeze my screen and be like, Julie is a white supremacist. But okay, I'm going to show you this now, okay? It's not even like, I wish I could be making this up. But look at this. The OK gesture.
Oh, geez.
OK gesture gets Hamilton High School kicked out of co-op placement. November 9th, 2021. So this apparently is the white supremacist sign. So this guy, a student, for saying that, which is it's not a white supremacy sign like this. I mean, we used to use it when I was younger to say, hey, it's A-okay, it's chill, right?
Has anybody gone diving? When you do your dive test, that's what you do when you go underwater. Like really? Literally when you go down and it's thumbs up and okay. Right? Okay. That's what it is. Right?
That makes
We're
sense.
good. Everything's good.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but people just need to get a grip out there. This is beyond ridiculous.
Right?
Yeah. My daughter in university right now, she has to go through courses on aggression, microaggression, cultural appropriation. And I'm like, what the hell does this have to do with university?
Right.
I want to pull her out of there. Like, it's ridiculous, right?
It's not just in university, because at my work, we had to do it too, right?
You're kidding.
Yeah. Well, we had to. I didn't. I very much against the company policy, just didn't do it. And I was told it's mandatory. And I'm like, I don't care. So I didn't do it. And like, I didn't get any reprimand or anything like that. So that was good. But yeah, it's in work too.
It's disgusting. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man.
Exactly.
Anyway, whatever.
Right.
It's just stupid, right?
The
whole thing is to do nothing. And, girls are coming up, like they go to my daughter and say, look, I put these braids in my hair. Do you think I'm kind of like being racist? Is this cultural misappropriation if I do this? Like what's happening? It's braids. Yeah. Like if you're asking that question, there's a problem. Right.
Yeah.
It's so, did you put the braids in to purposely make fun of somebody? Then no. How about that?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's funny because it's always a one-way street if you think about it, because, everybody knows I'm not a racist, so I don't want anybody to
Right.
misconstrue this if you're new to my channel and this is the first time you see me. But if a white woman were to put cornrows, are they called cornrows in her hair?
Cornrows, yeah.
And
cornrows.
dreads, that's
Yeah.
considered cultural appropriation. But if
Right.
a black woman wears a wig that is like from
Blonde?
actual, like a blonde
Yeah.
wig,
Yeah.
that's not cultural appropriation. So
Right.
this is where it bothers me. It's always a one-way street in that thing, right? So this is what's happening. So this is what is racist today. and more to come. I'm sure there's a lot more racist things coming soon. Oh goodness.
I don't
All
know
right.
about that.
Right.
It just drives me nuts.
And whoever asked that in the chat was probably just kind of kidding in a hyperbolic way, like whatever. And I actually have a
Oh man.
And look at Binks, he's trolling me. And I have to say that I deserve that because after what I did to Faye tonight, it's okay. See, look.
Yeah.
So, that's the wrong one. Hold on, Julie. Here, this is the one. The chat goes so fast that I often click the wrong one. Oh, there we go.
Look at you
Binks.
go. You're a rock star.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so where do we want to go next? Do we want to go to Nazi Austria, or do we want to go to the fully jabbed places that are having outbreaks?
Well, let's I don't know, let's go into Austria because I think that's it. And then we can segue once we get into the fully jabbed areas. We can also segue into other conversations from that because there's so many things. Where do you stop?
Right.
At this
There's
point?
so much.
It's
I know
ridiculous.
it might be longer than normal tonight, this stream. So hopefully that's okay. Hopefully you booked your calendar for a little bit over 8.
I got nothing but time.
Perfect. Okay. So Austria is going back to their Nazi past.
Mm-hmm.
They're resurrecting the Nazi spirit over down there. And they're trying to lock down most of the unvaccinated. So I think 20% of their population now is non-jabbed. I don't even know what words to say anymore on YouTube because I'm reading from mainstream articles, but if I say the word, I get taken down. I don't even know how to position this. I'm just going to call them I don't know, is jabbed now a flagged word? Do you guys
How about the medical intervention?
Right. Okay, let's do that. Or the intervention. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is, right?
The prickly intervention.
Sure. The prick. I don't know.
Yeah. The prick. Those who are unpricked are being locked down. Yeah. So Austria doing a good job making sure that the Hitler legacy is revived. So here we go. And it's not just Austria. I heard that Italy is also thinking of doing the same thing. And I heard that Germany, of course, Germany is also thinking of this. So, and these people have populations that are highly vaccinated. I think they're highly pricked. I think they're like close to 65% in Austria and like 70%. So so now what's happening in there, just to catch everybody else, if you haven't seen the latest from Austria, they are going to tell the unpricked that they can no longer leave their home unless it is for like necessities. So like grocery shopping, getting your medication. I think stretching your legs is considered a necessity. So I guess if you go for a walk, you're okay. But if you're caught going for a non-essential anything, you get a huge fine, right? And the police are out here. If you look on TikTok, there's tons of videos of police in malls and police in movie theaters and even stopping people in the street like this. So and by the way, guys, we're in the 5th wave, because it's never ending. That should have been the title tonight, the never ending waves.
Jules, just 2 weeks, come on, just suck it up, okay? Like you're kind of a whiny over there. Just
I know,
weeks, right? And it's just cloth. It's just what's the big deal? It's just cloth over your face. It's like, come on, right? Stop the whining and just do your part so we can get through this. It's 2 weeks. Okay.
I know.
That's the mentality out there. It really is.
Exactly. But you know what? So what we don't see in the mainstream media is that on the 20th of November, so the army in Austria and the police have both joined forces with the people saying we are not enforcing this.
Perfect.
And from what I've seen, they're all going to protest this in Vienna on the 20th of November.
Okay.
So hopefully this is just kind of a blimp, or a, how do you say, like a mishap, like a oopsie. The government like kind of forgot that the world was watching them, and now they're going to backtrack this. But
I mean, look, they're just going to keep stomping until someone pushes them backwards, right? And then that's the line they know they can do right now.
Right.
And they'll try again, but they'll try it with the next generation. You think about all the young kids right now that have done nothing and seen nothing but wearing the cloth on their face all of this time. So they're immune to the shame of it. They just, oh yeah, we got to do this again. I remember doing this as a kid, and it helped, right? Because we did our part and we got through it. And that's the propaganda. These kids are already pre-trained for the next great loss of our rights and freedoms. If they don't get through it all today, this time.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And speaking of the kids, they're thinking in Canada, at least, I'm not sure for the other countries, but they're giving them the prick as of for Christmas, right? So Merry Christmas, kids.
Right?
Here you go.
Yeah. We have no actual validity behind doing this. We have no actual real stats or long-term stats of any sort that will show that this will actually help or do anything. And I feel it's disgusting of all the baby boomers to throw all these kids on the grenade. Right? So you're shielding yourself for another 5 years of life to take everything away from them. Because
exactly.
We're apparently going to get back to normal if all this happens. Sure we will.
Right. But they're dropping clues. See, this is a mainstream article, right? They're dropping clues. They're not even ashamed to say it's the fifth wave. So we know the 6, 7, 8. It's never so like you were saying, until people take back their freedoms, this is no longer about the governments. The governments will do this. They'll keep this going so long as they're not stopped, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, let's look at, I'm kind of a little bit of a segue here. Sorry, Jules, but let's look at an abusive home, right? You've got a parent or another child that abuses another child. Let's just say, how far will that person go to make sure that they are always in a controlling position until someone says that's wrong? Because they obviously don't have the moral capacity to understand it's wrong. Right? So if no one is correcting the swing of the pendulum, which nobody is, it keeps swinging.
Right. Exactly. But it looks like, at least in Austria's case, they're trying to correct it right now.
I hope so.
So and we'll see. So we'll see how that one goes.
Yeah, I'm impressed with that. So
and this was obviously on the secret streams that you hear about those things. It's not on the mainstream media.
The secret streams.
But 2 million people apparently are. The plan is to put them into lockdown now. I think Germany has 14 million people in that scenario. But it's very interesting to me, knowing the Nazi past of Austria, who, by the way, welcomed Hitler pretty much with open arms.
Right.
They were totally chill with him taking over, and then they were okay with the plan. So it's interesting to me that about, 80 years later, 85 years later, we're kind of in the same boat. It's like the life cycle of tyranny. You try it, you achieve it, then people revolt against it, then there's nothing, and then you try it again. It's almost like we're at the try it again stage of that. So anyways, hopefully we'll learn from the past.
Here's a good one for you. Actually, Melissa was asking how they're paying the workers $10, $10 a day. How's that all working, right? For healthcare, for the daycare.
Oh yeah.
What's your thoughts on that? And I'll because we saw the video, but we didn't really comment on it, I guess.
Yeah, so it's going to be via our taxes. So they're going to take our taxes to pay for the daycare, right? So once they nationalize daycare, it becomes a government service, and that's how they do it, like every other service. I mean, that's the only way I think I can see this going.
I believe it'll be grand subsidies from the, I think it's a give and take. So you're going to be looking at big pharma paying for a lot of the subsidies in this as well, because this is why the big push for the kids, because if we can get the kids to pay for their own healthcare in the future,
Yeah.
through being constant customers, right? So
Right.
healthcare is going to have to donate. I mean, this is all behind the scenes, folks. We'll never hear about this, but what, 20-30% of their profits are going to go to pay for this healthcare to perpetuate two-parent going to work, because they want your efforts, your energy to pay for their lifestyle, because that's what you do. You sell your soul and your work for those who don't work, to capitalize off of you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And that's a really good point. Yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah.
That's there probably are going to be big pharma kickbacks or whatever,
Yeah,
because we know that the school and the daycares are the only place they can't force the prick, the right.
Yeah.
So if now the daycares are subsidized government, they're nationalized, right, and they're subsidized.
Yeah.
That means that now they can say, whoa, if you want to bring your kid here, you know, you're gonna have to take this jab and this other injection and put him on these 5 pills every day, right? So there's an infinite supply for new customers for big pharma. You're right. So
100%.
Yeah, it could be all kind of tied to that, but it's, to me, it's a step in the wrong direction, because we're basically allowing more government into more things, where I'm trying to go the other way. Like, I'm trying to U-turn away from all this, but I'm pretty much alone. It's you, me, and the people in the chat here, and the 20% in Austria.
You know, I'll tell you a little story. You say we're alone. So I have to find a different car. I gotta make some adjustments here with the vehicles that I have. So I went into a dealership today, and guess what? The guy that I'm talking to, of course, I've got nothing on, and I'm looking at him, and he's, and slowly as I'm talking to him, his mask is coming down. And then at the end of the day, I told him, look, I may be going to the US or something for a little bit here. And he's like, well, take me with you. And then we started the conversation. So at the beginning, he wouldn't shake my hand, right? That was off protocol. We can't do that. And then we're both with no masks, talking about how we hate what's going on in the schools. He's got 2 young girls, everything. So there are a lot of people out there hiding. And my message to him was this: you want to be, and I don't know if you want me to swear on here or not, but you want to be left the hell alone. Okay. That's the conservative idea. And that's what he told me. I said, and that's why we are where we are. Right. Because you stuck your head up your butt and you said, I just want to be left alone. And what's going to happen there?
Was he happy you said that?
Well, he looked at me and he said, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
And I said, well, if you want it to change, then parents like you who have kids like that in school, either pull them out of the school or stand up and say something.
Yeah.
If you say nothing and want to be left alone, then they have no, there's no friction.
Right.
They just keep doing it, moving forward. Right.
Right.
So and there's a lot of people out there. They just need that little push. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, I hear that all the time, like the whole pull your kids out of school. And I wanted to address that. I've never actually addressed that on my stream, because I have 3 kids all in school right now. And so 2 in high school and 1 in whatever the normal school is. Normal school, first grade.
Right. Yeah.
So anyways, people have been telling me for about 2 years now, Julie, pull your kids out of school. And I wish it was that black and white. I really do. But it's really not. And I don't like what's happening in school, but what I've decided to do, and this is what works for me, is we've decided, so my husband and I, we watch what the school is teaching them, and we tell them, okay, this is an attempt at brainwashing you, so make sure you're aware. And then we teach them other stuff that supplements or reverses the brainwashing, right? So, and we've decided to do it that way because if we were to just pull them out of school, my teenagers, they love going to school to see their friends, and they were locked in for a year. They couldn't even see their friends because of the start of this whole pandemic. So now that they're finally back at school, they're willing to put up with the mask, right? They're willing, they want to do this. So we had to balance out everybody's needs and plus, if to homeschool, one of you has to not work, right? So I mean, and we don't want to
Okay.
do that right now because, and I
Yeah,
tried
no, that's fair.
homeschooling. I tried
Yeah,
homeschooling while working, and that
yeah,
it almost like sent me to the insane loony bin because I work 8-hour days, then I would
yeah.
have to do all
Understand.
3 of my kids, right? So I would work until like 10 p.m. Just to make
So
up the schedule, right?
here's my thoughts on that.
Yeah.
How many unvaxxed teachers are there right now that don't want to take the jab, but they need the work? So
Yeah.
why don't parents like yourself band together and pay
Yeah.
these teachers, right?
Yeah.
Like, even if they're making just enough for now, just to get through this,
Yeah.
pay them. Like, what
Yeah.
would it cost you, right? And then the other part of this too is we have to start taking the government's look. If my kids aren't in school, then I don't want to be paying that in part of my taxes. We need to start pushing back. Same
Yeah.
thing with healthcare. If I'm
Yeah.
not allowed to go in there because I didn't take the prick, then
Right.
I'm not paying,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
People with as contracts right now, if you're not a employee, you don't have to pay unemployment insurance, right? Because you don't have the ability to collect it. So they
Right.
have to be careful here, but nobody's challenged them on this.
Right.
These are the things that all right, so I don't like what you're doing. So what we want to do is say, if we don't like your school, then we're going to pull our funding. Not the kids, we're going to pull our funding.
Yeah.
Right? Now all of a sudden they won't be able to afford anything. That won't last very long when people start to say, we're pulling funding.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And it's really, I mean, I wish we could go down that route because that's exactly what I would pick.
We can.
Yeah. Well,
have to do it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, given that my kids are enjoying school despite the mask, they can still be there without the prick.
Yeah.
So for now, we've decided to keep them there now.
Yep. Yeah.
And the reason we're doing that is because my husband and I, we expect to be let go from our jobs because of the prick eventually. And we are going to go down that route. We will be with the people who lose their jobs. So we're trying to store away as much of our finances away right now so that we can keep our house, like not have to immediately downsize. Like we're trying to build enough of a fund that we can withstand while we rebuild. So we have plans for rebuilding after we lose our job, but we do have to waiver a certain amount of time out that money coming in like we're used to. So we've yes, it's easy to say, pull your kids out of school. It's like Trudeau must go, it's like all these
yes, exactly.
right?
100%.
Like, I wish I could just do right. But I live in
100%.
reality and I don't, so I'm not in the utopian pull your kid out of school now you need to do it right. Like, so we're doing that, but we're monitoring very closely what's happening. And it's not everything is not black and white, right? That's the only, I wish it was, but it's really, that's probably racist, eh? If I said if it's not black and white, is that racist now? Banks, tell me.
And that's why I think people need to understand that it's a generalized statement. If you don't like what's happening, then don't support it. Find your own way to do that. It doesn't mean there's only one way.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I gave 5 examples there of how not to support it's like me. I don't want to support the news. I'm willing to say screw TV. I don't watch TV anymore. I don't want to support all these news channels and the propaganda. So we pull the funding, right? And the less people that watch, it's like you and I. If we could have the audience that they did, right, then our voices would be the ones that are being listened to. But if people don't listen to theirs, that's the choice people can make right now.
Yeah.
And it's all about choices. You vote. Same thing with Walmart and Costco. People go there in droves because they have but it's like you said, well, I can't afford to go to Sobeys because they're so expensive. So I go to Costco. Well, then that's the choice you make.
Yeah.
And you have to understand the repercussions, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Look, there are places, and people get mad at me when I say this. I understand right now there are places you just can't get in without the mask. So you got to do it. You want to go to the doctor, you got to do it. You want to go to the dentist, you got to do it. The choice is, if you want it, that's what you need to do. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, I understand what you're saying with your kids. I have an only child. So, yeah, they want to be with their peers. They want to learn. They want to grow. And if you feel that is definitely they get more from that than being at home and being homeschooled. I can completely understand your position on that. I really do.
Yeah. And we did the homeschooling, right? We were forced into it for a whole year.
Yeah.
The Ontario kids didn't go to school. So we were forced into it. And it's trying to figure out each of the kids' abilities and understanding of things, you know, and you still have your job and your boss. And like, I meet with clients, so I have to be available during the normal work hours. It's not like I can be 100%. At 2 p.m. like, hey, I'm out of here, guys. So it was very tough. So that's why. So anyways, I thought I would address that because a lot of people have been telling me, right?
Yeah, that's fair. And, you know, I think that's kind of the whole idea now, that the what this has given us is kind of an eye-opening on how to become less dependent on that system, right?
Yeah.
So you and your husband are going to possibly not have work. So what's plan B? What are you going to do now to make yourself completely independent of that system, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So now you will be a solid life, and your kids will learn from that, right? That's the solid you're going to pass on.
Exactly. That's what we're trying to do. I keep telling my kids we want less government every day. Like that's the message.
100%. Yeah. So let's build that town, Jules, and you know?
I know.
Right?
I know. We will build
modern
it.
day Amish. That's what we need.
Yes. Everywhere. Like all of us in Canada are gonna start building our little pods around us, you know.
That'd be beautiful. It'd be beautiful.
Yeah, exactly. And it's already starting because I have a network in my area here of people that we can reach out to for different things. And we've already established different commerce things that we can do with them, you know. So and I would encourage everybody else to do that, especially if you're going to lose your job and you need to barter. So it's one of those things where you have to think crazy, insane solutions for a world we don't know, right?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
So
I know. It's crazy. So anyway, sorry, I kind of threw us off to a side note.
No, this was perfect. I love this. This is way easier to have somebody on the stream with me. I'm not like always talking and exhausted because it is exhausted. So I'm kind of glad you're here. But okay, so let's take a look at some of the crazy that's been coming out of Tam's mouth. Teresa Tam. So I don't know if you guys know, but y'all can't go Christmas caroling this year.
Right. Sure, I can't. Yeah.
Right. So the government is telling you can't do this, guys. So you better listen up. Right. There was a couple of other crazy things that has come out of Canada. What happened? Like what happened in Alberta? Is there anything going on in there? Can you guys do Christmas?
I haven't heard anything, but look, I keep posting in Crit Crew all the, you know, how the numbers keep escalating and escalating and escalating. And you can see the exclamation marks behind the numbers as they keep going up.
You mean the Covidsky numbers? Is that what you mean? The Covidsky? The Covidsky numbers?
Yeah. The cases, right?
Yeah.
And
exactly.
they just keep escalating. And so I know it's so transparent, right? All it is like, well, of course we have to do this because. So I think right now what they've got for measures here is if you are prickless, you can't go visit anybody in their own home. You can't be alone with other unpricked people. So the prickless have no visitation rights anywhere. But the pricks do. Right. They can go wherever they want. They can supposedly, but everybody has to wear the, I guess the identity hider over your face, right? Everybody has to wear that. And I mean, these are the basic things, I guess, but I don't know what else they're going to do, and then of course we know the travel. I think travel is pretty much the same across the nation.
So here's my prediction. I have my crystal ball.
Right
this
on.
Is what I think they're going to do. But this is like totally random and it's a small thing. But because they're going to roll out the prick for the children around Christmas, I think they're going to dress up as Santa to go deliver the prick. How much do you want to bet that's what they're going to do?
Ooh, that's dirty pool right there.
Yeah. Wow. I wouldn't put it past these people, these evil people to do that. Like
the elves, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Like the elves
full of
Yeah, a bag full of jam. And the
Of
elves
pricks?
are gonna go, yeah, a bag full of pricks.
One
We're
wouldn't get
governed
too
by a
good.
bag of pricks. But
Yes, yes.
yes, like honestly, I
Oh
swear
my
to God, that's
God,
what they're gonna
that's
do.
just pure evil. That's pure
And this
evil
will
right
be
there.
the only time they can bring back Santa, because remember how they killed Santa from all of our schools, right? They were not allowed
Yeah.
to have Santa. I bet you they're gonna bring him back for this.
Wow.
Wouldn't that be something?
That is pure friggin' evil. Let me tell
And
you.
I'm just I'm making it up, trying to think like a tyrannical psychopath, but
You might be onto something there. Wow.
mhm. Wouldn't that be something, eh? So place your bets, guys. Place your bets.
Yeah.
But
Holy
yeah,
cow.
and yeah, like Derek is saying here, like they already did Big Bird as a drug pusher, right?
Yeah. Oh
So
my God.
100% they're going to do that. Yeah, they're going to do stuff like that. They're going to frame it around that, because remember when Fauci came out, I think it was last year, and he said, "Oh, don't worry, Santa can still deliver the gifts because he got the jab," right? Remember he
Yeah.
said that last year?
Yeah.
So that's where I think this is going to go this year. It'll be Santa is bringing you the prick, child.
Oh, and what about, so Santa can't visit the households unless they are pricks?
Right? Right? Exactly. And let me tell you
So now
this.
the kids will be like, well, then
Yeah,
we all got to
telling
do
their
it.
parents. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Ooh.
There's like so this is just a personal story, not a news story, but we were kicked out of Christmas this year. So my family, my immediate family, so my husband and kids, because we are unpricked.
Yeah.
And the really weird part about that is that the people kicking us out are part of the army, the Canadian Forces. So that, to me, the fact that already now they're telling us you cannot have a celebration with us unless you got the prick, indicates to me the army, they have something planned. There's something, it's already, I don't know what it is, but it's coming down. And so I think a few weeks before Christmas, they're going to say, look, fifth wave, right? It's dangerous. So lockdown Austria style, where Canada is going to say, all of you unpricked are staying home, guys. You can't even leave your house. Yeah.
That's crazy. And I do believe that's why they do these things in other places, to kind of see how the rest of the world, you know, and then obviously if Canada is like, you know, you see these stupid polls, 1,000 people and 75% of Canada believes it's okay for you to lose your job if you don't get the prick.
Yeah.
Right. But that's 1,000 people. And who are they?
They work
right?
at CBC or
Exactly.
they work at CTV, all 1,000 of them.
100%. Or they're all healthcare workers or something, right?
Or they're all from UBC.
Right.
That's,
It's unbelievable. It's just, yeah. It's so, I don't know how people fall for this. And it's just, they read the headline and see what? 1,000 people speaks for everyone in this country? No.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, no, true. Did you hear about that outbreak? I'm going to try to remember where it was. Maybe somebody in the chat will know. I think I have it here. It's an outbreak that happened in, is it Minnesota? Where was it, guys? Where 80 people got infected. Did you hear? I'm going to look it up. No, it's at an old care home. Hold on. 80 people sick, old care home. Hold on. And I'm trying to remember which, let's see if this pulls it up. Oh, I don't know if I'll see this. Oh, long-term care. Yes. Okay, here. I have it. I found it. No, that's 2020. Sorry, that's the wrong one. Okay, let me try this. Hold on. Long-term care. I think it was Minnesota. How do you spell Minnesota? Minnesota. So there. Okay, let's see if this will pull. I think it was Minnesota. Binks, do you know where this is? There is 84 people, I think, got sick, and 8 people died. Let me Google that. 8 seniors die. Senior.
Someone's spelling Minnesota.
Yeah, they're helping me out. Is it Binks? Senior.
Goofy Roofy. Yeah, I guess you could just put MN, or is I don't know. I don't know.
I don't even know if it's in Minnesota. Oh, I can't. Oh, I wish I saved this. Oh, I saw. You know, you see stuff on Telegram,
You
and
want to
you're
see
like,
something crazy? Just
yeah,
Google what is it?
Connecticut.
Breakthrough
Yeah.
cases.
Yes, that's what it is. That's what it is. That's
Yeah.
what I want to show you. I found it. I found it. I
So,
saved it like a
okay.
really good girl on my phone. It's Connecticut.
Connecticut.
The other place I can't spell.
But I'm curious to see what would come up if you put that in there. Breakthrough
Okay.
cases.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm
well.
going to do that while we're.
Okay, we can do that, but I probably would have to do it in DuckDuckGo to get the real.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, that's
right.
Oh, it
Okay,
comes up right away.
This one, COVID outbreak, Connecticut nursing home, 8 dead, 89 infected. 89 infected. But the best part of this, and that's not the best part, but they were all pricked.
Vaxxed.
Yeah.
Sorry, I said it.
Oh, no, it's okay. I mean, they said it in the article. This is mainstream.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, if we get taken down for this, I don't know. We're going to have to do streams on, what's the other one? Not Rumble, but BitChute. Do they do streams yet?
I don't know about BitChute. I know Rumble does, but I think you have to pay on Rumble, don't you?
I don't know.
I think so.
Yeah, I don't want to go to Rumble then. Not yet, but
anyways. You can on Odysee, but Odyssey is a pretty small.
It's tiny, yeah.
It's just a matter of getting people over there. It doesn't. It's
Yeah.
That's the whole point. So I started actually on Entropy as well.
Yeah.
I started mirroring. All you need to do is put in your DLive mirror on Entropy, and then it runs through DLive. So
cool.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good way to do it. Maybe I'll try that.
So people can go on to Entropy and and I think it also casts. You can have it cast on YouTube from Entropy as well.
Nice.
I'm not sure, but there again, I mean, if you do like Phil Brown and you just delete this right away, from
they can strike you.
Yeah, so just delete it, and then they can suck it.
Okay, perfect. So I'll look into that. But yeah, so check this out. So they're in recovery mode after an outbreak of the COVID-ski.
Yeah.
And it started in September. Now, 8 of their residents are dead and 89 residents and staff members infected. Now, to be said, there were only 70, so 70 residents there. 70. So all of them vaccinated. So that means all of this outbreak was within the pricked environment.
Right. Yeah.
So this brings a lot of questions that we cannot ask on YouTube. But what I find really kind of the doubling down is what's really getting me. Like, how is it that people aren't waking up at this stage? This is the stage where I'm thinking, okay, like, whoa, like, but you got the jab, you did your job, you were good, you're a good boy, you got it, and now you're still getting the COVID-ski. It's killing you, if you're older.
Yeah.
And now they're saying, instead of saying, okay, maybe we should like reverse course and maybe analyze, they're going, oh, but the boosters, you should take the booster.
Right.
So it's like, and then they attack me for medical misinformation, where I say a vax passport's a problem.
Well, you read it right off. Like right here, I've got the CDC website open.
Yeah.
And it is completely contradictory to what the data is showing us, right? Like they're saying it's mostly in the unpricked. That's where you'll see the breakthrough cases. But breakthrough isn't about the unpricked.
No.
A breakthrough case is actually breaking through the efficacy of a prick.
Yes, exactly.
Right? That's what the breakthrough case actually is. So, I mean, their information here is nothing more than confusion. And I just wanted to comment on your, so the point you were saying, why can't people see this, is because they all have this belief. It's Stockholm syndrome, you see? And what they believe right now is it's like the same thing from the very beginning. If we all just do this, we all get rewarded with being free again. And this would be like, if you're kidnapped, right? You say to your oppressor says to the person, listen, if you cooperate, no harm will come to you. So you there's no goalposts here. Just cooperate and no harm will come to you. And that is what's drilled in everybody's heads right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I looked at a whole thread on Twitter about this, and one guy was so upset that when he went to Vancouver on the airport, that nobody asked for his VIP pass.
Oh, he was
Nobody asked,
upset?
and he was so upset about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he probably didn't want to get it, and he got it, and now he's like, dude, it's
No,
like,
no, no. He
why?
loved it. He did
Oh,
his
he
part.
wanted.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
and he had all the little symbols behind his group and his flamboyancy, and it's all about being somebody.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
if within the group culture you're somebody and
yeah.
somebody takes that away, you no longer have an identity. That's where
True,
these people are right now,
true.
right? So they
Yeah,
hang on. I got my VIP passport and I'm doing my part for the greater good.
yeah,
It's VIP. And
yeah,
now they like it. Finally, they belong to something.
yeah.
They're
It's
someone,
so true. It's so true.
right?
It's so true. And that's kind of like the easier
Yeah.
path to take. Like the path we're taking, we
Mhm.
get a lot of hate, and we get a lot of like, we're
Yes.
losing jobs, we're losing
Right.
opportunities, we're losing
Right.
access to stores, and it's not the easy one. But I don't know,
Yeah.
like I couldn't do anything other than this. Like I don't think you could either. I think we're both of the mentality. We're just, I don't know, maybe we're unbrainwashable. I don't know. I don't know.
Well,
A lot of people in the chat too.
yeah. I mean, that's what I love about these communities. I mean, obviously, everybody's at a different place with where they stand. But to me, it's not necessarily, like I told you before, it's not necessarily about the mask. It's not necessarily about the prick. It's not about all of that. It's just understanding who you are.
Right.
Right. And if you can hold on to who you are throughout all of this and let no one change that, you'll be fine. But these people don't have that. Right. A lot of the people out there are so insecure, they've been bullied or oppressed all of their lives that they now want to turn the tables. And if you want to take that away from them, Jules, like you and I, apparently that's why we're the enemy, because we want to take that identity away from them.
Yeah. But then again, like their whole narrative around that is starting to fall apart, because they used to say it's the unpricked that are causing this. But now you look at like the article we were just looking at.
100%.
You look at, it was Binks who put in the chat there. And by the way, I saw a whole bunch of other people join us. So welcome. I saw Rick is in there somewhere. So hey, Rick, and Monique. Monique's always a pleasure to have you on here. But the what's that country? Gibraltar. I don't know how to say this in English.
Gibraltar.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
What are they? 100% pricked over there, and they just declared.
Well,
did you see that? They just declared. I'll bring it up if I can.
Yeah, please.
So they Gibraltar cancels Christmas. Hold on, I'm going to bring that up here, and it's again just for the YouTube algorithm here. I'm. From mainstream media. It's not a weird conspiracy channel. It's actually from the mainstream media.
YouTube
but here,
can mange la malle.
There you go. So here, this is what Binks was saying. I like your friend, Crit. Hey, shout out to the Quebec people in the chat. Crit just spoke your language there.
Yeah. Hey, I can do it.
Yep. So yeah, and Linda, you're here. Linda K. Linda's my friend. I wanted to say a special hello to her. Okay. So Christmas canceled in Gibraltar, the most vaccinated place in the world. I think Israel is not far behind in the pricks, but this is the most, right? And they have canceled Christmas despite high vaccination rate. Now, so they're urged to limit the mixing. Right. And like the problem is this is mixing families and friends. It's not even the situation we're in where it's mixing the pricked and the unpricked. So this is just mixing. It's just insane. They're just saying you can't see people.
Yeah.
Right. And so they strongly advise against doing so. While they're again rolling out, see, this is the word of the day. So there's a couple of things that are repeats. So the waves, so 5th wave, 8th wave, we're going to get up to whatever. And then booster is going to be a repeat as well. So you're going to get how many every 6 months, you're going to need one. So like, does Gibraltar not stop and go, wait, guys, we did all of this. We did everything. We did the mask. We did, but yet
you just can't break through that. Like I said, it's like Stockholm syndrome, right? These people will protect their oppressors, and they just, because the goal isn't about freedom, It's about achieving the goal created by the oppressor.
Right.
And that's where they're blinded, right? You just,
Mm-hmm.
so this is my thoughts on this. The only way to get people to do something is give them a different option, a viable option.
Yeah.
It's not about giving them information. It's about saying, we created this, right? And now we're sustaining ourselves over here. You can come and join us. It's working. And we don't need that. We're safe. Here's the proof, right?
Yeah. No, that's exactly it. That's the only way we're going to get out. We're going to, I think if we push against this and just refuse to do it, which is refuse, like that's the simple answer, is you just need to refuse. I get that it's not black and white. So
Gabriel's comment is perfect.
Which one?
Livestock defending their farmers. That's right. I mean, that's exactly.
Yeah.
I couldn't have said it any better. Again, it's a Stockholm syndrome, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. You'll never break through that unless people see another viable option. And right now, the gazelle is running, just out of adrenaline, just running, and you can't stop it in mid-flight, right?
And I think some people, I mean, I'm hopeful some people are waking up, because a lot of people that I'm seeing on places like TikTok specifically, but they're being taken down, right? But TikTok and what's the other one? Telegram. They're actually coming out saying, okay, we were like okay to do the first 2 pricks, but now this booster is getting ridiculous. So I think some people are kind of getting red pilled along the way through this. So
I'm hearing a lot of that too.
Yeah.
Jules, and people that at first said, look, okay, the 2 and done, that was my line, but now.
Yeah.
But here again, right? I hope it's making people understand that, look, why do I need it only 4 months after you said that I was done, right? Like I don't, so they got to be able to see in the future that even after this next booster, that will only last so long. Right. So then we'll need another one. So is this the path forward, right?
Exactly. Maybe we can. So you wanted to chat tonight about a more philosophical, or is that the right way? I always say things wrong in English. A more philosophical, yes, a more philosophic way of going down this prick. But like to what it means to take the prick from a philosophical, spiritual thing. So maybe we can talk about that a little bit. I'm not as kind of zenned out as you in that, and it's like my brain doesn't dive super deep into the. And I remember so when I was in university, I hung out with a few guys from the philosophy department. Oh boy, they used to get stoned all the time, and then I would sit and listen to their theories for hours, and they would go on, and it was hilarious. I was like, Jesus, you guys don't even do work in your department. What's happening? So anyways, so I've never, I would enjoy listening to them, but I never could join because I'm not like, my brain is more like reality and facts, right? Like I kind of suck at philosophy, but anyway, so what does it mean in terms of the jab from your perspective?
Well, actually, before I get into that, I just, so Linda commented, she says, I sat here like Noah today and thought maybe I'll build an ark. And that's exactly kind of the messaging that I've been trying to help people understand right now. So we'll start down that road, because the ark for me is, metaphorically speaking, I've been looking at, right now there was a video that I had with the Amish community, how they've gone through this. They basically have said to the government, we don't need your intervention. We just need our community. And apparently it went through them. They now all have natural immunity and they've moved on, right? So this is kind of what I'm trying to help people understand, that if you find your tribe right now, you don't worry about waking up the rest of them. We're looking for the Waldos. We're the Waldos. Go find the people around your community and just sort of, drop little breadcrumbs to see if they're willing to bite. And then if they're aligned with you, see if you can somehow create those communities and create, eventually what would be awesome is to move to smaller towns. We don't want to move out in the woods. That's crazy. It's nonsense. But we can go to smaller towns and create the ark. And I think we should be creating these everywhere, right? Small communities, or live within a town with infrastructure. I've been talking with Phil Brown on my channel about how we do that and how there's free energies out there and how we can apply all of this stuff and show people that we've been duped all of this time, right? You could literally go off the grid inside of a community. You could cut off a lot of the government intervention. I'm not suggesting revolt. No, you just go and find a way to replace what they're trying to make money from you with. So that's just a small sort of but I think what you were, so the jab in itself has a different meaning to me. And I think people kind of sort of understand the idea that when you're put on this earth, Creator gives you free will, right?
Right.
And that is a gift for you. Creator does not tell you one way or the other what to do. It's your choice. Like I said to you before, it's your choice. If you want to go to Walmart, that's your choice, but understand the repercussions of that.
Right.
And I think at the end of the day, there's going to be a choice when it comes down to it. If you didn't hold on to the gift you were given and you gave it away, right? You're going to be you'll be perpetually on this earth. I feel that this here is hell. I think earth is in itself a perpetual game of trying to prove yourself, to level up, to get to the next level, the next altar, right? And I think that if you don't hold on to yourself and you give it up to fly, oh, it's just a mask, it's just a this, it's just a that. Well, then your free will is no longer your free will. And so many people have lost that. That whole idea. And, you know,
uh-oh, Crit, we lost you. Your Albertan internet went down. You guys lost Crit too, eh? Uh-oh. Okay, we'll give him a minute, see if he kicks back in. But yeah, I get what he was saying about people who got the jab without wanting to get it. I'm sure a lot of people in the chat have that problem where you've had it. You have friends, or even maybe yourself, had to take it because you needed to, and it's really tough. Yeah, it's really tough. I feel so bad for people. So anyways, Crit, I'm gonna take at least he froze in a really like nice, like look at his face. Like this is a really nice way to freeze if you're gonna go out. Yeah, he completely dropped off. Hopefully he joins back in. But at least he froze in a really good way that made him look like serene, you know. So he didn't freeze with his face like distorted like I would freeze if I got freeze. So anyways, let's hope that he rejoins us, because I thought that his perspective on that was really interesting. Oh no, you lost me too. Are you guys, so the DLive crew is saying that they lost me on their are you, oh, you know what, it's because I think some people were on Crit's DLive's channel. So if you guys were on Crit's, well, I can't help you. If you're on mine, you should be okay. Linda or somebody, Binks, can you tell, you guys can still see me in here, right? I think you can. I still see your comments popping through. So that indicates to me I haven't been kicked off. So that's good. My internet is still good. So anyways, I'll keep talking, assuming that I'm still on air. Okay, good. Thank you, RV Scribbler Scar. Hey, Scribbler. So that's good. Thank you so much. I know there's like it's like a 9 or 10 second delay between what I say and then what you guys see on YouTube. So it's really tough it's really tough to know. I have to wait and I'm stressed out. Okay, hold on. Crit's back, guys. Hold on. I'm going to bring him back on here. Hold on. I don't know. There you go, Crit. Yeah. So the chat was saying you were throwing too many truth bombs out there.
Oh, is that what it was? Yeah,
sorry about that. I don't know if you got kicked off because of that, but
maybe.
But no.
Maybe. I'm not sure. Who knows, right?
No. Glad you're back. I was telling the chat too that your face froze in a very nice poised way when you froze on the screen.
Oh, good.
So you were good. You didn't freeze weirdly.
I wasn't like making a donkey face or anything.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Exactly.
Anyway,
and it's true. Jack is saying I was sweating. I was like, as soon as you dropped, I was like, oh shit. So anyway, okay, we're good. We're good.
That's all
We
good.
got you back. Okay,
Yeah.
So keep going. You were saying about the where we lost you was when you were talking about the philosophical way, like what it means when you kind of sacrifice your being for that, and the ripple effect, the ramifications you have to live with after.
Right. Yeah. So I guess that's kind of what it is. And I kind of use, I use creator because I this way it's just sort of a basic idea, right? I mean, there's so many different religions out there that it's just easier for everybody to adapt to creator, right? So, so if you're getting offended by me using that, that's why I use it. So
I'm
anyway,
offended by everything now.
Just suck it up. Yeah.
I'm offended by
But anyways,
everything.
at the end of the day, that's kind of what I feel it is. If you give up your free will to something like this, I believe that there is evil here.
Yeah.
And evil cannot touch you. You have to consent to give up your free will. Understand? I mean, they will do everything they can to make your life as uncomfortable as possible. And they're going to keep doing that. But if you can walk through the fire and come out on the other side fully intact, right? Whether you lose the shell that you're in right now or not, you will keep who you are as a person. Your soul is yours.
Yeah.
You are the light that you belong to the creator, right? You belong to the main light. We're all a part of this.
Right.
But what's going to happen is we're going to lose a lot of souls. Only so many people are going to get to the next level.
I know. And I feel so bad because even just this week, I had one of my really good friends who was with me as a, on my side for a long time. And now she just decided, you know what, I'm going to just go for it. I just can't live like this anymore.
It's hard. It's hard.
So I feel really sad for people who are in that position, who end up taking a prick that they don't want. And especially when they're religious and they're Christian, it's like, I find it even more sad for them.
I find the most egregious thing. I mean, I've kind of talked to you about my journey, and look, I don't know how many people here. Again, I'm probably going to offend some people, but suck it up anyways, and just listen to what I'm saying. It's why I've kind of lost faith in the church in itself and an outside sort of place of worship. Because I believe the best place to worship is right here in your heart. If you have that relationship with Creator, nothing can come between that. And this is the part, I think it's really sad that everybody's out there saying, oh my gosh, they're shutting down the churches. Yes, but your belief can never